What's going on, guys? Emmanuel Jones here. We back at with another NFL prediction, and this time we're in the last week of the regular season. We'll be doing our Week 18 predictions. We're gonna get started here. So last week I went 12-4, and my overall record is 177-78, which that's pretty good. So yeah, so basically we're gonna get to the picks. So before I give you my predictions for Week 18, don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more option, and comment down in your opinion below to see who you got winning Week 18. So let's get started here. So we got this Saturday game. So we got the Cleveland Browns facing against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 20, which that's a big number right there. I don't know why they have it so big like that, but I'm going to keep this short and simple. I got the Ravens winning this game and the Ravens covering because they're the better team, better quarterback. They're at home, better coaching overall. I mean, there's no way I'm picking a third string quarterback over one of the best teams in the NFL. It's just the Ravens. And also on top of that, the Ravens, because I feel like, if they lose this game and the Steelers win, then I think the Ravens will probably move to the bottom seed in the AFC. So that's how I see it, because I feel like if they win, they'll hold on to the top seed. So I think they must win. I don't know if they rest their starters, but I think they should. But I believe their stars are playing, so I think the Ravens should win. I mean, the Browns, I don't think the offense is going to do much to score a lot of points. I feel like the Ravens, and I don't think they're going to run the ball effectively. I think the Ravens defense should be able to stop the run, stop the pass, force a DTR into some tough situations. So, yeah. I think that's why, even though the spread is big for Baltimore, I think the Ravens, that's why I'm taking them both ways. I'm taking the Ravens to win and to cover. All right, next game, we have Cincinnati Bengals against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Cincinnati Bengals are favored by -2.5. Obviously, this game right here can totally go either way. But obviously, I call this a trap game because here's the thing. The Steelers are really not good at home against good opponents. And the Bengals are coming to town. Now, I really want the Steelers to win because I feel like they should end a 3-game lose streak. But I kind of don't really like how the way they're playing right now, especially as an offense. They're not really playing really good as an offense right now. And as a defense, they're not playing as good. Like, they're giving up big plays. We seen Patrick Mahomes picked apart a Steeler defense. So I just don't really see how they're gonna do well. I just don't really see how well they're gonna do against their. Like, I don't really know they're gonna be able to do much against the Bengals like last time, because last time when these two teams played, both teams scored 20 plus in the first half, and the Steelers ended up winning that game, and they end up scoring 44 points. But obviously, I don't really think they can do that, though. So, basically, I'm going to take the Bengals to win. Give me Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown hopefully plays. But if he doesn't, that'll hurt their run game. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. Even though it's in Pittsburgh, I'm taking the Bengals to win and cover. And because they have the better quarterback, they're playing better football right now. And, the Steelers are on a losing streak right now, and the Bengals are a team that's not slumping, and they're looking to clinch a playoff berth. So I feel like, if they win and the Dolphins and Broncos lose, I think the Bengals clinch that final spot in the playoffs. But if the Bengals lose, they totally could be done. So, yeah. So I like how the way they're playing right now, and especially, I'm backing Joe Burrow's explosiveness, especially playing good football right now, especially with him staying healthy. He could totally be in the MVP conversation. And they're playing against a Steelers team with a defense that totally got ripped up by the Chiefs. I thought the Chiefs, in the second half, won by more, which I thought they could have won by more in the second half, which they did, though, because, the Steelers started that game kind of sloppy, and Mahomes was making some stupid plays, which the Chiefs blew them out. Now, I don't really think this game is going to be a blowout, though. Unless if the Steelers show up. I feel like this game will be closer than expected, but I'm gonna take the Bengals both ways. I'm gonna take them to win and to cover. I'm gonna say like 27-23, something like that. So yeah, give me the Bengals both ways. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta is favored by 8. Um, Actually, the number did change. It was 8 at first, but now it's 7.5. So basically, Atlanta's favored by 7.5. Obviously, the game right here can go either way. Now, if the Falcons lose this game, I feel like the Falcons are probably gonna miss out on the playoffs. But I feel like if the Falcons win and the Bucks lose, then I think the Falcons are probably gonna make the playoffs. So yeah, so basically, this is a must win for the Falcons. I feel they should come back on track and win this game because they're at home. They got the better quarterback. Their coaching's better and they're the more complete team. I mean, Raheem Morris seemed like he's really not a good coach because he did not really do a good job with the clock management last week, which why they lost to Washington last week. I think Atlanta pulls a statement out here. I feel like Michael Penix should be able to make some plays against a bad defense in Carolina. I mean, Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Darnell Mooney will be a problem. Bijan Robinson will be a problem as well. So I feel like the Falcons' offense is going to overpower them. And I think defensively, they're playing better. I think they can give the Panthers' offense some issues. They pretty much have a decent secondary that can really man up against the Panthers' receiving core. So, yeah, I think Atlanta's offense is just going to score a lot of points. Like, I feel like they're going to do what they did against the Giants, offensively, you just overpower them. So, yeah, so I will take the Falcons to win and to cover. I think the Falcons are probably going to win by a lot because I don't see how the Panthers can do it, though. Because the Panthers last week looked pretty poor against the Buccaneers. Like, they looked pretty poor against Tampa Bay last week. Because trust me, though, like, here's the thing. They just let Baker Mayfield light them up. And all of a sudden, they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. And think about this. They gave the Bucks over 500 total yards. Like, that's crazy, though. 500 total yards is crazy. And they allowed 33 first downs to the Buccaneers. I just don't like how the way the Panthers are playing as right now, especially their defense. They're soft. And Michael Penix, he should be able. Atlanta should be able to move the ball against him, and Michael Penix should be able to dice them up. So yeah, so basically, I think it will be a blowout though. So I'm probably gonna take the Falcons both ways. I'm just gonna take them to win and to cover. Maybe they win like 35 to like 16 or like 35-14, something like that. Like a semi blowout. So yeah, I got the Falcons to win and the Falcons to cover. Next game, we have the Washington Commanders against the Dallas Cowboys. Washington is favored by 6.5. I'm gonna keep this one short too because I'm taking the Commanders to win this game. And the reason why I'm taking the Commanders to win this game is because here's the thing. They got more to play for, and Dallas is going to play for next year because they're already eliminated from the playoffs. Washington already is in the playoffs, and they clinched a playoff berth after beating the Falcons. But I would not be shocked if they lose to Dallas once again. Now, they did lose to them like a month ago. It all came down to like Dallas. Last time when these two teams play, Dallas ended up going with too many punt returns where Cavante Turpin was going off. Does that happen again? Like, I don't know. Now the Cowboys defense. The Cowboys had looked at pretty poor against Philly last week. They allowed 41 points to them. Like Dallas offense was not playing really good, and so their defense as well. And I feel like without CeeDee Lamb, I don't see how the Cowboys offense is going to be able to do much in this game. I mean, Rico Dowdle's getting better. Jake Ferguson seemed like he's not looking like the same player. Brandon Cook's looking amazing. Jalen Tolbert. I mean, yeah, I mean, I want this game to be close, but I just don't see how Dallas is going to be able, offense is going to be able to keep up. Especially Jaden Daniels is playing really good right now. So, yeah, so by the way, I don't see this game being closer. I think Washington wins. I think they cover. I'm going to say like they're going to win like 30 points, like maybe like 31-16, like 31-10 or like 37-10, like I think it's going to be a blowout, though. So I just got Washington both ways. I got the Washington Commanders to win and to cover. All right, next game, we have the Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are favored by 10. I know 10 is a big spread. I'm taking the Packers to win and the Packers to cover. And the reason why is that they have the better quarterback. They have better coaching. They're the more complete team. They're at home. They have more to play for, even though they clinched a playoff spot. But I feel like if Green Bay wins and the Commanders lose, then Green Bay will probably move up to the 6th seed. But if Green Bay loses and the Commanders win, then the Commanders will be the 6th seed and Green Bay will hold on to the 7th seed. I mean, if you think I'm going to come up here of the year of 2025 and thinking that the Bears are going to win, I'll be stupid. Like, the Bears stink. Like they do. Now, Caleb Williams, he's probably going to get sacked like 5-6 times and probably throws for like 3 touchdowns in the second half and throw for 300 yards. Like, I don't know if that's going to happen, though. I mean, the Bears are bad in Green Bay. So I feel like the Packers, they're going to move the ball. Hope Christian Watson comes back from injury. Jair Alexander, he's out for the year, which that sucks for him. Maybe he returns to the Super Bowl if they can make it. Now, I thought the Packers defense, even without Jair, I mean, their defense was playing excellent, though. I just have a feeling that Green Bay's offense is just going to be too much for the Bears, and I feel like their defense is just going to be a handful of Chicago as well. So, yeah, I think the Packers win. I think they cover. I'm going to say like 38-16, something like that, or 38-10. I just don't see how the Bears are going to be able to do much on offense, especially how well the Packers defense has been playing, though, which the Packers would have beaten the Vikings last week, but it all came down to their defense choking at the end. So, yeah, so I got the Packers both ways. I got the Packers to win and to cover. Next game, we have the Houston Texans against the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee is favored by 1.5. Obviously, I don't know why, but Houston should be favored, though, in my opinion, but Tennessee is favored for a reason. I don't know why. Maybe Houston's resting their starters, because I feel like if Houston rests their starters, I feel like that the Titans are probably going to win. But now I think the Texans will play their starters. So, by the way, the Texans need to win. Like they really need to win for sure, because this is a must win for Houston. So. Cause I know they already clinched a playoff spot, so I think Houston's probably going to win. But I wouldn't be shocked if they lose, because the whole division of the AFC South kind of stinks right now. Because the Texans have been declining a little bit. But I feel like they're going to get back on track and win this game, because they're the more complete team, have the better quarterback, better coach. And offensively, I feel like they're going to find their rhythm. And I think defensively, they've been playing their best ball, but their defense totally got ran on by the Ravens. I mean, Derrick Henry was tearing them apart. I feel like the Texans' run game has been inconsistent. And, CJ Stroud's not playing really well. I feel like he does play well in this game and ball out. So, yeah. So, basically, I will take the Texans to win and to cover, because they're the better. So, yeah. I mean, give me plus 1.5. So, yeah. I think it will be low scoring. Maybe the Texans win like 24-16, 23-17, something like that. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I feel like last time when these two teams played, Tennessee did beat them, but I don't think that's going to happen again unless the Houston Texans rest their starters. So, yeah, I'm just going to take the Texans. Next game, we have the Jacksonville Jags against the Indianapolis Colts. Indy is favored by 5. I don't know why. Now, it can go either way, and I know most people are picking the Colts to win, but both these two teams have bad records. But guess who I'm picking? Take a guess. Duval. I'm taking the Jags to win this game. Give me +5. I mean, give me Mac Jones to win this game. I mean, the Colts are in shambles. The Colts stink. Like, they may raise a banner for losing to the Giants, and probably might have a banner to raise a banner to lose to the Jags. I mean, lose to Drew Lock and Mac Jones. I mean, that's my thing. I'm taking the Jags to win this game. Like the Colts, I mean, I feel like Anthony Richardson stinks. I don't think Joe Flacco can save this team. And Jonathan Taylor, I don't really know what he's doing though. And I feel like Shane Steichen is kind of one of the most predictable coaches in the NFL. And I think the Colts defense is an absolute travesty. I mean, Malik Neighbors was running curl routes and taking them to the house. Like, that's just crazy, dude. Like, the defense literally just gave the Giants 45 points. I mean, 45? How did that happen? I mean, the Colts last week had like the most total yards and rushing and passing, and they just lost to the Giants. Like, that's crazy. And they have more first downs. I mean, how could they lose to the Giants when you have more total yards? That's crazy. I feel like Brian Thomas is just going to be a problem for that Colts defense. I feel like he will. I feel like Mac Jones, he should be able to do much. I feel like the Jazz can run the ball a little bit. I feel like Mac Jones, he'll probably do enough to at least pick apart a Colts secondary that's not good. So, yeah. So, even though it's in Indy, I'm taking Jacksonville to win straight up. Especially their coaching is a lot better. And I think Mac Jones could be the better quarterback than Anthony Richardson. So, yeah. But the Colts do have questions at quarterback. So, that's why I'm taking the Jags to win. So, give me Jacksonville to win. Next game, we have the Buffalo Bills against the New England Patriots. Obviously, the Bills are favored by 2.5. I know people on their predictions could say that the Patriots that might pick the Patriots to win because the Bills are resting starters, but maybe that could be true. The Bills could be resting starters because Josh Allen, he might just play the first half. Their starters might play the first half, and then they might just sit out for the rest of the game. Who knows? But I don't think it's gonna happen though, because even though they already clinched the 2 seed, so basically, I think the Bills are gonna win in my opinion. I'm gonna take Buffalo to win in the cover. I feel like Buffalo's just a better team overall. Better quarterback, better coaching, more to play for. I don't see the Bills resting their starters. Now, Drake May's on the injury report, which that's true, but if he doesn't play, I think it will be a low-scoring game. But if he does play, I feel like the Patriots can totally win, but I would not be surprised. Now, a few weeks ago when these two teams played, the game was pretty close. But I don't really see this game being a lot closer than we expected because the Patriots in the red zone, their red zone offense is not good. Because we seen it against the Chargers. They let the Chargers into 40 points, and they only came out with 7 points, which that's crazy. Now the same can totally happen here. So I got the Bills win this game. I'm gonna say like 23-20, something like that, or like 27-23, or like 30-20. I think it's going to be like a semi blowout. Like, yeah. So I got the Bills both ways. I got the Bills to win and to cover. Next game, we have the New York Giants against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored at -3. Obviously, this game right here. Now, most people are picking the Eagles to win because they don't think the Eagles are going to rest their starters. Now, the Eagles may not play their starters, though, because they already clinched the top seed. But Saquon may not play, so maybe they could be starting Kenneth Gainwell or something like that. But I think the Eagles should win. In my opinion, I think the Eagles are going to win. I feel like the Eagles should win this game. And the reason for that is that I think the Eagles are a more complete team, and they're at home and have better coaching. Now Hurts may not play because he's still in concussion protocol, but maybe he could return to the playoffs if he's healthy. Because he hasn't played for like he didn't play last game. So I have a feeling that the Eagles, last week I thought the Eagles offensively looked pretty good against Dallas. I mean, they was able to put some points on the board. Kenny Pickett was solid, but I don't think Kenny Pickett is the worst backup. But I feel like if he plays, I think he can totally lead the Philadelphia Eagles into a win. So I think the offense, of Philly should be able to overpower the Giants because the Giants defense is not great. I mean, their offense is not great even though they put up 40 points against the Colts. I think the game will be a lot closer than we expected. I'm probably going to say Eagles win like 20-16. I'm probably going to say the Eagles win by 4 points. Maybe they win by maybe they win by a lot. Who knows? So I got the Eagles both ways. I got the Eagles to win. I'm going to go with the Giants to cover because I think the Giants offense, their defense can do enough to make some stops. And I feel like offensively, I think they can find a rhythm there like they did last week against the Colts. So yeah. I'll take the Giants to cover, but I'll take the Eagles to win the game. Next game, we have the Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers favored by 14 points. Now, that's a lot. Now, here's the thing. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning and covering. Now, here's why. Tampa Bay has more to play for. They're trying to look to clinch the division. Once again, they have the better quarterback, better coaching. They're the better team overall. There's nothing to say for. The Saints, they're in shambles. The Saints, they suck. The Saints just got way too many injuries. They may not even get none of their offensive players back. Bro, they couldn't do nothing on offense. Think about it against the Green Bay Packers. Basically, the Packers, they gave up 34 points to the Packers, and they had 0. And now against the Raiders, they had 13 points. I just don't see how the Saints offense is going to be able to do much against the Bucs. I feel like the Bucs defense, they should be able to at least overwhelm the Saints offense. They should be able to shut them out. And offensively, I think they can overpower them like they did against the Panthers. So, because I feel like last time when these two teams played, the Bucs did score 50, put up 50 plus points against them. That can happen again. But I feel like Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Cade Otton are just going to be too much. Bucky Irvins will be too much. The Bucs offense, they're going to they're just going to overpower them. So yeah, and I don't think the Saints defense is great as well. So yeah, so I'm calling a semi blowout though. So yeah, so I got the Bucs winning 45. I got them winning 45-10. So yeah, so give me the Bucs to win. Give me the Bucs to cover that big spread. And I'm hopefully, if the Bucs lose this game, they're told they could totally be out. And the Falcons win. The Falcons can win the division. The Bucs will totally be out. But if the Bucs win and the Falcons lose, I feel like the Bucs will be in the playoffs. So yeah, that's how I see it. All right, next game we have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are favored by 10.5. Obviously, I don't know why this number is so big, but I feel like the Chiefs are expected to rest their starters. So basically they won't play their starters. So basically, which that leads that I think the Broncos should win this game, and I am picking Denver to win because the Chiefs are resting their starters. Pacheco is banged up with injury, so maybe they'll have him back for the playoffs. I mean, with the Chiefs resting their starters, I don't see them doing much offensively, especially they're starting Carson Wentz. I mean, Carson Wentz, I don't think he's any good. I don't think he's the same player though. I don't really think he has an arm left in the tank, and I feel like the Broncos defense should be able to at least like confuse him. And I feel like last year when these two teams played, I believe the Broncos did beat them one game where they did shut out the Chiefs, but I feel like they can really do that in this game. I feel like this game will probably be low scoring, but so yeah, but I feel like if the Broncos win this game, they're totally in. But if they don't, then I feel like the Broncos totally miss out on the playoffs, depending on what the Dolphins and Bengals do. So yeah, I think the Broncos win. I think they'll cover. So yeah, so I see it being a low scoring game. I'm probably gonna say Broncos win like 17-13 or like 20-17. Maybe they win by a field goal. Maybe they win by a touchdown. So yeah. So by the way, I take the Broncos both ways because they're resting their stars, and hopefully that'll probably get them in the playoffs because they'll still be the 7th seed anyway. All right, next game we have the Los Angeles Chargers against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Chargers are favored by 4. Obviously, the Chargers already clinched the playoff spot, and the Raiders are coming off 2 straight wins. Now, I like how the way the Raiders are playing on defense and on offense as well. Now, defensively, they're playing better. Brock Bowers is looking to be a next great tight end. Um, Aiden O'Connell is not as bad, but he's been playing really good. I like the Raiders here with the points, though, but I'll take the Chargers to win this game because the Chargers have more to play for. They have the better quarterback, better coach. They're a more complete team, and I think they have a better defense as well. I feel like the Chargers offensively, I think, I feel like, the Chargers, I feel like their offense should be able to move the ball. I feel like, Lad McConkey's been a difference maker, so he can have another good game. He looking to be the next great receiver. Um, Defensively, they're playing better. Feel like they should be able to be a handful for the Raiders because I feel like the Raiders' offensive line is not good. They have a great second that can man up against the Raiders' receiving core. So yeah, I think the Chargers are just gonna be too much for the Raiders. So yeah. So by the way, the Chargers, but I feel like, if the Chargers lose, I think they might be the 6th seed. But if they win, though, I feel like they could be the 5th seed and play the Texans. But I feel like the Chargers are rather going to play the Texans rather than the Ravens because they lost to in heartbreaking fashion. But I think the the Tex. I feel like that I really want to see the Chargers play the Texans. So I lean towards the Chargers to win this game, so that way they can still be the 6th seed. Maybe they be the 5th seed. Who knows? But I feel like the Steelers will probably be the 6th seed, where they don't have to be the Texans. Because I feel like if the Steelers lose, they'll probably be the 6th seed, but if they win, they'll probably be the 5th seed. So that's how I see it. So yeah, so I think the Chargers win this game. I'll take them to cover as well. So yeah, I'll take the Raiders with the points. I guess maybe not. So yeah, I'll take the Raiders to cover and the Chargers to win. Next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. Seattle is favored by 6.5. Obviously, the game can go either way. Now, the Rams are expected to rest their starters. So, basically, I'm taking Seattle to win this game. I'm taking them to cover. And the reason why is that, like I said, Rams are resting starters. The Rams are starting Jimmy Garoppolo, and I don't think he's any. I don't think he's that great, and because I feel like that he doesn't really have an arm left in the tank. So I don't really think the Rams offense will do much in this game. I feel like Seattle, they're offensively, they should be able to move the ball. They should be able to at least Geno should be able to make some plays against a Rams defense that won't have any key players starters playing. And I feel like Seattle on defense, I feel like, they should be able to find a way to at least like take care of business and probably like overwhelm the Rams offensive line that won't have any starters. While Seattle is playing their starting defensive players. So yeah, I think Seattle. I feel like they're probably gonna blow them out though, because I don't think the Rams. I'm probably gonna say Seattle might put up like a 30 burger on them. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna say Seattle wins like 38-10 or like something like that, like a semi blowout. So yeah, so I take Seattle both ways. I take them to win. I'll take them to cover. I feel like they'll come out with a statement here that they'll probably be a playoff team next year because they probably won't make the playoffs because they already got eliminated and the Rams already clinched their division since they won last week. So yeah, I mean if the Rams are playing their stars, I'll totally go the other ways. But since the Seattle Seahawks would have at least won the first game and all that, so I feel like Seattle is going to win this game for sure. So yeah, I like Seattle here in this game to win the cover. Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins against the New York Jets. Miami is favored by a point. Now, basically, here's the thing. I don't know if Tua is playing, but if he plays, I might lean towards Miami to win. But I feel like they're saying that Miami can totally clinch a playoff berth with the win and the Broncos loss. But I feel like if the Dolphins win and the Broncos and Bengals lose, the Dolphins will probably will probably clinch a playoff berth. But if the Dolphins lose, they'll probably be out of the playoffs. But now I just found that Tua's not playing. So guess what? I'm taking the Jets to win this game. And the reason why is that the Jets have a better quarterback. And it's going to be cold weather in New York, and Miami's not good in cold weather. Like, they're soft. Mike McDaniel's probably going to be freezing. Some of the Dolphins fans are probably going to come to New Jersey with their ski masks on, with their coats and hats on, and they're going to be freezing. Like, they will, though. Like, the Dolphins, like I said, they're bad in cold weather, and they're not used to it, though. I don't even remember the last time they won a game in cold weather. So yeah. So I think the Dolphins it's gonna pull a statement here. I think they win. I think they win here. I wouldn't be shocked if Miami wins this game with Tyler Huntley, but I feel like the Dolphins did really good job offensively, moving the ball, and their defense played really well, keeping the Browns out of the end zone. Maybe that happens again against the Jets, I don't know. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers is gonna have some good moments here. Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson will as well. I feel like this could totally be Aaron Rodgers' last game as a Jet though. I feel like it could be his last game in the NFL career. I don't know, like he said, it could be. So yeah, so even though Miami's a better team and they have more to play for, I feel like the Jets are gonna pull a statement out here and win this game. So Aaron Rodgers, can lead the Jets and probably be the 49ers quarterback. And probably Devontae Adams can go with him to San Francisco for a special homecoming for 2025. So yeah, I like the Jets here to win this game straight up. I wouldn't be shocked if the Dolphins won, but I have a feeling the Jets are gonna win because because Tua is not playing. But I feel like he could be back. He could play if the Dolphins make the playoffs. So yeah, so I got the Jets here. Next game, we have San Francisco 49ers against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are favored by 4.5. Obviously, the game can go either way. Now, most people could be picking the 49ers to win because, I don't really know if it's going to happen, though, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, the Niners are going to be without Brock Purdy. And the Niners are banged up with some injuries as well on offense and on defense as well. But you know what? I thought the Niners were going to lose this game on purpose, so I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win this game. And I'm going to take the Cardinals to cover. And the reason for that is that, Niners are dealing with so many injuries. No Purdy. if Purdy plays, I've totally picked the Niners. And the Niners are dealing with so many injuries again. I mean, they're woeing injuries. I mean, their running game is totally a disaster. Like, yeah, I mean, basically they lost in heartbreaking fashion against the Lions last week, but it all came down to Purdy on the interceptions. I feel like the Niners are going to lose the game on purpose. Maybe Josh Dobbs can probably give them a boost here and probably give the Niners a win, but I just don't see it though. I mean, last time when Brock Purdy did not play, the Niners offense did not really do much. Maybe they do with Josh Dobbs, but I don't know. I feel like the Cardinals should win because they have the better quarterback. Um, they're at home, and the Niners defense do struggle against scrambling quarterbacks. So I feel like Kyler Murray can use his legs, and he can find a way to at least slice and dice the Niners defense up that could be dealing with some injuries. If the Niners were healthy, I could totally pick San Francisco, but I just don't see it because I feel like the Cardinals will win this game. Because I thought the Niners should have at least won the first game, but they didn't though. But I feel like the Cardinals are gonna pull it off though. So give me the Cardinals to win this game. Give me the get. I'm gonna go ahead and just say San Francisco covers. I mean, if most of their players are clear to play. So yeah, so I'll take San Fran with the points. I'll take the Cardinals to win this game here. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Niners won. So yeah, but I feel like Arizona's gonna pull it off. All right, last game we got Sunday Night Football. We got the Minnesota Vikings versus Detroit Lions. This is a battle for the 1 seed. Now, Detroit's favored by 2.5. Now I feel like if Minnesota wins, they'll be the 1 seed. But if Detroit wins, they'll be the 1 seed. But obviously, the game can go either way. Now most people could say that could be picking the Vikings to win this game because the Vikings lost to them last time when they two teams played. The Vikings lost to them early in the season, but at the same time, the Lions defense did not really play really well last week against the Niners. It almost didn't because they almost got ripped up. Now they barely couldn't stop the pass though because they were playing too much man coverage and Ricky Purcell and those guys were beating man coverage. Now we can totally see the Vikings do that though because Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, T.J. Hockenson, they're good at beating man coverage. But the Lions can stop the run, but the Lions pass defense has been an issue as lately. So you know what? I like the Vikings here with the points, though. I feel like the Vikings can find a way to keep this close. I think they'll hang around the game, and I think their defense can totally give the Lions offense and Jared Goff tons of fits. But as I look at the Lions defense, their defense can totally give Sam Darnold a tough time. But I feel like, the Vikings sometimes play a lot of man coverage, sometimes zone. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and James Williams, they're both good against man coverage, being man coverage. So they could totally be a problem for the Vikings secondary. But I feel like Brian Flores, sometimes he's smart enough to at least double team, good players. But I don't know if he can be able to do it though. Now I understand he did a really good job against the Packers where he blitzed Jordan Love, give him a tough time. Maybe he does a good job against Goff. We'll see. But you know what? This game's in Detroit. Is in a dome where Jared Goff is most comfortable at. But I'm going to go ahead and just pick the Lions to win this game. I think the Lions are a better team, in my opinion. They have the better quarterback. And they're at home. And I feel like, offensively, I feel like they'll find a formula to attack Brian Flores. And I think the defense is probably going to find a way to stop the Vikings run game. I think they'll stop the pass a little bit better. Maybe they'll find a way to double team Justin Jefferson. Maybe they will. I don't know if that's going to happen. And I feel like they'll find a way to at least control the game, keep Sam Darnold on the sideline, which that kind of allows the Lions to put them in field goal range and maybe score a touchdown at the end. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of a high scoring game, maybe low scoring. I'll take the Vikings to win this. I'll take the Lions to win this game, but I'm thinking it's going to be more like a field goal type of game. I'm probably going to say 37-34, 34-30, something like that. So, yeah, so basically I'll take the Lions to win, but I'll take the Vikings to cover. All right, those are all my week 18 picks for this week. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comment section below who you guys got winning Week 18? Well, this is Emmanuel Jones, big fan. Thank you for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. You can also look at my predictions, my weekly 2024 predictions in the playlist as well. Because if you guys want to watch them, I'll probably send you guys the link. Well, this is again Emmanuel Jones from Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.